Blackwater sinking ships? More like Blackwater pushing swings. Was Beefleaf just canonized? There was art for QingMing. And for anyone who also didn't know what that was, don't worry, I looked it up for you. This new art depicts Lian on a date with Beefleaf, being pushed on a swing. Do you just push a swing for anybody? Stitch, would you push a swing for someone other than me?
No.
If you push someone else on a swing, infidelity. You only push your girlfriend on a swing. Case in point, Shi Qingxuan is Ming Yi's girlfriend. I do love, though, that you can see Cheng is like lovingly pushing his gaga like this, and it looks like Blackwater's just like, People show their love in many different ways. And honestly, I think this is a big win for the Beefleaf community. So the QingMing festival has very, very ancient origins, where apparently there was a duke who had this hard time, and one of his servants, while they were starving, cut off a piece of his thigh meat to feed him. You know what? The fact that I immediately wasn't like, holy shit, cannibalism, that's super fucked up. And instead, my thought was, that kind of sounds like the plot to a danmei somehow. That's how brain rotted danmei has made me. I'm like, oh my god, that's just beautiful devotion, not cannibalism. The hard times pass, and the Duke is now wealthy and wants to repay everybody who did him right in their times of suffering. But depending on which source you read, either he passed over the guy who gave him his thigh meat, or he forgot about him. But then he tries to find him. But this guy had gone and retired into the woods to live with his elderly mother, a peaceful life. And the Duke thought, I know how I can find him in the woods. I will burn the woods down, and that will smoke him out, and then I'll be able to find him. Unfortunately, him and his elderly mother fucking died in the fire. And then the Duke was like, holy shit. No one's allowed to burn fires again, ever, because that was an awful idea. People revered the guy who died as an immortal and decided to not cook food with fire in his honor. And so this QingMing festival is celebrated even to this day with cold food. So it's food that you don't use fire to cook in his honor, because in the end, he was cooked in fire, I suppose.
In honor of the QingMing festival, could I interest you in this pepperoni stick? It's cold and made of ambiguous meat.
Maybe even thigh meat from your greatest believer. But yeah, so the festival now is also known as Tomb Sweeping Day, and it is a festival for actually remembering your ancestors and remembering those who have passed on. Originally remembering this guy who once offered the Duke his thigh meat. But now it is an actual holiday where you remember your ancestors, and cold food is a part of it. And then I'm like, why is this Beefleaf and Lian? But I do think that it's because it is celebrated on April 5th. It is celebrating on like spring. It's like all about spring, you know? The leaves and the beautiful spring wind is like a very Shi Qingxuan Windmaster thing. And so the TGCF team wanted to make a post with the Windmaster, but you can't just make a post with the Windmaster. You got to include Lian. Obviously, they're the main characters. So then you put the two of them together, and they had a little swing spring date. And then they probably had some cold food, and maybe Blackwater brushed off the tombs of his family that died, and Lian brushed off Hunger's tomb or something like that. I don't know. I don't think he had a tomb. I think he just died in the middle of a battle.
Brush off Shiwudu's head for the festival. Sorry, too soon?
Too soon. What is your favorite thing about Beefleaf?
Probably the beef.
From the thigh?
Thigh beef.
If we were starving in the woods, would you give me a piece of your thigh?
Give me my entire leg.
I don't want your whole leg. What do you think they did after the swings?
It's spring. You gotta have a picnic.
Aww.
That'd be so cute.
Blackwater would have loved that.
Yeah. He probably would have ruined it for everybody else, though.
How?
I feel like he would have like they would lay out the blanket and they'd open up the picnic basket and it would be empty. And then he would just be booking it for the girls.
You just see him in the distance. And then Lian would be like, don't worry, I baked some cookies. And everyone would be like, no. Because you're not allowed to bake with fire, not because he's bad at cooking. The doy.
The doy. He's like, it's okay. I made.
He's like,
these
oh, I didn't
without
bake
fire."
them. Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Also, what just came out today, they released the cover for the deluxe edition for the hardcover TGCF Volume 5. And this looks so cool. However, my first thought,
They're skateboarding.
Hua Cheng's doing a fucking kickflip. And then I looked at the other kickflip. That's kind of what they're doing on the cover, yeah. Then I looked at the cover for volume 4, and they're on swords again. I don't think they're on swords on volume 5, but they're like in the air doing what Stitch just did. Also, if you look on the spine, there's like this beautiful, what's the opposite of a spine called for a book? The pages. If you look on the painted edges for the pages, you can see little baby Hong Honger, and it does complete a little photo with all the pages together like this. And the deluxe editions are super cool. They are not the revised edition of TGCF. It's like the same edition of the original print for TGCF, but they're just in a super nice hardcover. They come with a little ribbon bookmark and the different art. It's a collector's dream. I think they're worth it. It's just really nice to have hardcover books for your collection, but it is the exact same edition from the previous novels. But if you'd like to pre-order this or order any of the existing deluxe hardcovers, I'll have the link down below. Also posted today was a big day. The TGCF audio drama is back, and so we've been getting a ton of new art. In this picture here, we see Lian. I believe this is the scene where he's actually, once again, dressing as a woman with baby, not Hong Honger, but Hua Cheng, just mini Hua Cheng, and this is the cutest I think we have ever seen Hua Cheng. This is the most uwu he has ever been. It's giving demure, it's giving cutesy, it's everything I could ever want and more. Well, for Stitch and I, there's definitely a lot of spring cleaning happening, and I hope you guys are having a good spring. I hope you had a good QingMing festival, if that's something that you celebrate, and if you have anything you'd like to add or educate me on about that festival, if it's something you know more about, please be sure to leave it in the comments, because it was really cool learning about something I'd never even heard about before. I learned about a holiday because I am obsessed with Chinese yaoi. As you can tell, we're doing really well with the move. It's not stressful at all. It's been really good and really easy on our minds. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully my next video will be in my new super cool setup, my new office. If you guys would like to help support my channel and join our weekly members only Danmei live streams every Friday at 7 p.m. PST, usually it's Danmei game nights where we set up games, but without my setup, I'm not able to like host games yet. But in the middle of April, everything should be back to normal. But if you'd like to support my channel and help Stitch and I with our channel, you could click join down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Beefleaf is canon in this art, in my mind. I'm sorry. It's not, I mean, it's Beefleaf in my white Valentino bag.